So we're going all the way back to 2005 with Mike Shinoda and his solo project Fort Minor. It's been a while now since we've started our Linkin Park journey on this channel, and we're finally now getting to Rising Tide, which is the only album from Mike Shinoda's Fort Minor project. We also checked out his other solo project, Post Traumatic, which was very, very interesting. It's kind of this beautiful exploration of grief in the wake of Chester Bennington's passing. This one's, I'm sure, is going to be very different, especially given the era that it's from. It's from like 2005. So I'm expecting lots of kind of like 90s, 2000s hip hop influence. And I'd love to use this kind of as a window into Mike Shinoda's psyche and like his way of creating things and his influences and things like that. I think it's going to be really, really interesting, and I'm excited to get into it. It's been a long time coming, so let's get right into it. But before we do, I'd love to ask you to join the community and subscribe. We love discovering and checking out great music just like this. We'd love to have you.
Record that you made, that's underground hip hop. Okay. With big sound. But with big sound. That's what takes it over, because the sounds are so big. That's an underground hip hop. The richness of the music and everything, I knew it was gonna be something serious.
All right, here we go. Oh, hold up. Maybe I have heard this song. I recognize that beat, that violin. Okay, yeah, I know this verse at least.
Need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Toc's picking it up. Let's go.
Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still leaving him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill.
So strange. I've definitely heard this chorus before, but hearing the rest of it is crazy now.
Megadeth took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Why you had the stupidest verse? This dude is the truth. Now everybody,
it's got a good bounce to it.
I heard he fucking with that stock.
10% luck, 20% skill.
It's very so far it's like kind of biographical for Mike.
And he's spitting fire and Mike got him out the dryer, he's hot. Found him in Fort Minor with top, but a fucking nihilist porcupine. He's a prick, he's a cock. The type women wanna be within rappers, hope he gets shot. 8 years in the making, patiently waiting to blow. Now the record with Shinoda's taking over the globe. He's got a partner in crime. This shit is
it's very old school. I like it though.
The kind of shit that comes out of this kid's throat top. He's not your everyday on the block. He knows how to work with what he's got, making his way to the top.
The little flow switch there is sick.
Asking him, was it given that birth that doesn't stand for an acronym? No, he's living proof. Let him rock in the booth. He'll get you buzzing quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Him and his crew are known around as one of the best. Dedicated to what they do and give 100%.
Forget Mike. Nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time, because he writes every note and he writes every line. And I've seen him at work when that light goes on in his mind. It's like a design is written in his head every time before he even touches a key or speaks in a rhyme. And those motherfuckers he runs with, the kids that he signed, ridiculous, without even trying. How do they do it? This is 10% luck, 20%.
All right, cool. I'm getting it here. So this is gonna. I knew going into this is going to be extremely different from what we're normally checking out here. Just need to kind of put myself into like hip hop listening mindset, you know. I wonder if any of the other songs on here I'll recognize, but I'm pretty sure this is the only one that I have any knowledge of. That's cool. Piano. Synths.
Someone right now leaving their apartment, looking down at the street and wondering where their car went. Someone in a car sitting at a signal in front of a restaurant, staring through the window at someone right now with their finger in their teeth who could use a little floss. Right across the street there's somebody on the curb who really needs a jacket. He spent half the rent at a bar getting plastered. Now he's gotta walk 14 blocks just to work at a shop where he's about to get fired. Someone right now is looking pretty tired, staring at a laptop trying to get inspired. As somebody living right across the street just wrote the best thing that she's written all week, but her best friend's coughing up blood in the sink. He can't even think what happened, feeling so confused, and he knows it looks bad, but there's nothing he can do. I wonder what it's like to be right there in his shoes, but yo, I'm just taking it in, out the window of a hotel bedroom again. Tomorrow I'll be gone, I don't know when I'll be back, but in this world everything can change just like that, just like that, just like that, just like that, just like that.
Ooh, that little piano there.
Somebody right now is
That's
dropping
nice.
his boat inside a box and trying to not get shot in his throat for the act of freedom. Right now, somebody's stuck in Iraq, hoping that he gets shit back breathing in a war, but he's not really sure of the reasons. So we show our support when the press mislead him. Though we mourn,
I like this song. Very,
got some work to do. Meanwhile, right now, someone's 25 to life.
I don't know how to describe it. The lyrics are like asking you to examine all the people that are around you complexly, thinking about the things that they have going on in their life. It's easy to think that you're the only one who's got problems and complexities in your life. Just a bounce though.
Right now, somebody's sitting in the darkness trying to figure out how to put some heat in their apartment. But they got a little mattress, little carpet, and they appreciate it cause some people on the park bench. You see 'em when you rushing to get to the office. Wife ride by 'em when she coming from the market. Right now, somebody coming out the pocket trying to dump that rock. They run around the block with. Same time the cops is raising the Glock with aim to fill your legs and your back with some hot shit. Right now, somebody's struggling to stop this man. This kicking and punching and cussing at the doctors. Down the hall, the child taking his first breath. The doctors ain't even passed him to the nurse yet. Yo, I wonder if he understand what it's worth yet. Like the time spent while we here on the earth yet. The answer to the questions we all seek can be found. It depends on how free y'all think. Right now, it's somebody who ain't eat all week that will kill for the shit you throw away in the street. I guess one man's trash is the next.
This is really good. It's so much more thoughtful and
right now, everybody got to get it together, man. I'm just taking it in.
And like not introspective, but like it's thoughtful is the way I would put it. Then like Mike's verses on like the really early Linkin Park stuff, or the Hybrid Theory or Zero stuff. This is very like conscious. I really like it. Also, it's got that bounce, dude. Whoa, spacey. Ooh. It's like dark.
How you doing, y'all? My name's Mike. I'm fluent with the notion. I'm doing it all night. I like what I do. I do what I like. I can quit and get it back like I'm riding a bike. Like stop, bring it back, bring it back. We got that balance, keeping us on track.
This is sick.
When you're moving quick with no slow, you stare like you don't care, but you do though. I know you really must be so lonely, puffed up like you're tough, but so phony. You and your boys, you don't know me. You really wanna hold me? Show me, homie. Let's get it over with for good. I got a friction addiction, I wish you would. Machine shop rocking when we step inside, and we got everybody so petrified. Now why is everybody so petrified? What? Petrified. Step aside and just drop that.
Those chords.
Listen, you are not ready. Like children in a building, you can't stand steady. It must be the beat so heavy, causing panic attacks like a crack in the levee. Give you that Robert Plant dancing days of back, feeling all in the track. And in fact, for those knowing the name, I'm back with some brand new crack. We can do it like that. You really must be so lonely, puffed up like you're tough, but so phony. You and your boys, you don't know me. You really wanna hold me? Show me, homie. Tough talk doesn't mean a thing. Get over yourself, you know when we're up in the scene. It's machine shop rocking when we step inside, and we got everybody so petrified. Now,
Second time we've mentioned machine shop. I wonder what that is. Dude, that's so sick. That little jump around sample.
Get up. Why is everybody so petrified? What? Petrified. Step aside and just drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Now why is everybody so petrified? What? Petrified. Step aside and just drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Drop that. Like stop it. Bring it back. We got that balance keeping us on track. Like stop it. Bring it back. We got that balance keeping us on track. Like stop it. Bring it back.
I love that synth in the background that's like bending around. That was cool. Dude, these beats are so good. Ooh. Little DJ scratch in there.
These days are dark and the nights are cold. People acting like they lost their soul. And everywhere I go, I see another person like me trying to make it all feel like home. These days are dark and the nights are cold. People acting like they lost their soul. And everywhere I go, I see another person like me trying to make it all feel like home. Standing on the bridge in the dark and I'm seeing my breath, trying to make it home without freezing to death. And my grandfather's face is stuck in my mind, and how seeing him tonight's gonna be the last time. I should have brought a jacket, blowing in my hands like it's really gonna stop and chill. I buy a cup of coffee with a $5 bill, thinking laying in that box, people look so still. At times like these, you start thinking, your first breath in and the clock starts ticking. I'm not trying to bum anyone out, not trying to be dramatic, just thinking out loud. I'm just trying to make some sense in my mind. Some defense.
That stop there was sick.
I'm feeling outside, and for a minute, escape with some rhythm and rhyme and get away from the gray just a bit at a time.
Yeah, kinda funny how this world can treat you like a freak in a sideshow. A carnival creature climbing out of cans. I'm a diamond in the sand, but you can't tell the difference on a beach full of rhinestones. My life's like trying to swallow a pine cone. It's tough when you live fast just to die slow. Talk to down tones, my dreams are far-fetched it seems, so I sleep underneath this park bench. I know it don't make sense, and I don't expect for you to know what it's like. And everything in my sight, push and lift off, I'll keep till my lips turn white and my chest gets tight. But who the really cares when you're so far?
Why is this one censored? Not sure why. Listen, guys, don't get mad at me. I clicked on the regular version. Something else is funky.
These days are dark and the nights are cold. People acting like they lost their soul. And everywhere I go, I see another person like me trying to make it all feel like home.
Yo, part of me, I think I'm next to Earl. Too many problems going on, that's why I left my girl.
I like how we're getting some, like, at least features on here. People I don't know, so I'm not familiar with a lot of hip-hop world. I really only just listen to Kendrick and, like, old Chance, Childish Gambino. So I'm not really familiar with a lot of hip-hop artists, but I like these guys. It's a good contrast to Mike.
These days are dark and the nights are cold. People acting like they lost their soul. Everybody's trying not to cry, trying to get by, and trying not to feel out of control. And if you look hard enough, sometimes you'll find a place that might just remind you of home. But if it doesn't feel like home, you can do what I do. Just pretend you don't feel so alone.
Ooh. I'm such a sucker for stuff like that. I love the record scratching DJ stuff. Nice. Alright, this is gonna be different vibes. Seems familiar. Is that like an interpolation of some other song?
She said some days I feel like
or maybe I just heard that part before, I don't know.
Be normal for a bit. I don't understand why you have to always be gone. I get along, but the trips always feel so long. And I find myself trying to stay by the phone, cause your voice always helps me to not feel so alone. But I feel like an idiot, working my day around a call that when I pick up I don't have much to say. So I want you to know it's a little fucked up that I'm stuck here waiting, at times debating, telling you that I've had it with you and your career. Me and the rest of the family here singing Where'd You Go?
I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've
Like her voice.
Where'd you go? I miss you so.
Like also kind of like the kind of trashy lo-fi drums.
Come back home, you know, the place where you used to live. Used to barbecue with burgers and ribs. Used to have a little party every Halloween with candy by the pile. But now, you only stop by every once in a while. Shit, I find myself just filling my time with anything to keep the thought of you from my mind. I'm doing fine, and I'm planning to keep it that way. You can call me if you find that you have something to say, and I'll tell you, I want you to know it's a little fucked up that I'm stuck here waiting, at times debating, telling you that I've had it with you and your career. Me and the rest of the family here singing Where'd You Go?
I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like
stuck here waiting, no longer debating. Tired of sitting and hating and making these excuses for why you're not around and feeling so useless. It seems one thing has been true all along. You don't really know what you got till it's gone. I guess I've had it with you and your career. When you come back, I won't be here and you can sing it.
Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone.
This one's nice. It's very mellow, very chill.
Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Please come back home. Please come back home. Please come back home. Please come back home. Please come back home.
When you made me that initial batch of songs, I was like, that's the shit right there.
That beat is hard.
Come on, dude.
This is how it goes. Welcome one and all to the show. We're wired up, fired up, fucking ready to go. In the back of the parking lot outside of the bar. 20
That's
deep, 20 feet
hard.
from the boulevard. Black hoodies, black caps, black label and glasses. Previewing the new shit before all the masses. Cause the first thing I need when I got a new beat is to see how it sounds echoing up the street. I just take it for a spin. Pop the CD in, slide it up to 10 and get that rear view shaking, then play it again.
Dude,
so
that's
there's no
sick.
mistaking. San Andreas, the block, get this bitch earthquaking like, oh. Ready for it, here we go. We got the whole block rocking in stereo. We're taking control, letting everybody know. And if you feel it, let me hear everybody go, oh. You're not ready, I got plenty cuts for 20 months, drop steadily. Plenty tracks to empty on your whack pedigree. I'm back heavily while you're backpedaling. Forget the chit chat on me, homie.
This is
kick back. I'm on that
maybe
shit
my
that can
favorite
get
so
your homie
far.
bitch slapped. So zip your lip back, listen and watch. We got the whole block rocking off the way to beat knocks. You don't have to warn the people on the corner, they know that if you're standing on that corner, then you're getting that show. World premiere and you're hearing that machine shop flow. San Andreas, the block, get this
Machine
bitch
shop.
quaking like, oh.
I gotta look this up. What's the machine shop? Oh, it's Linkin Park's record label. Well, Mike and Brad's record label. There you go. I had no idea.
Burn out that system like, oh. Ready for it, here we go. We got the whole block rocking in stereo. We're taking control, letting everybody know. And if you feel it, let me hear everybody go, oh. Ready for it, here we go. We got the whole block rocking in stereo. We're taking control, letting everybody know. And if you feel it, let me hear everybody go, oh. Let's go ahead and test out the speakers. You ready? Let's go like this.
Ooh, that bass. Boom, 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 boom. That's a cool stutter. Very West Coast.
But all of your finds a whole lot of nothing back home. Back home. Ain't nobody hoping and praying cause they feel like nothing can save them. And they
Like the
try to
guitar
hold out,
sample.
but they can't fight the fact that life goes black when those lights go out. But I guess you gotta just watch out for your own cause ain't a damn thing free back home. Back home.
Back home, they holler disciple in Blackstone. Same block, they free base, yo, we trapped on. Where our grandmothers march, the guns clap on. It's liquor stores, beauty supplies, and rap songs. I traveled the world just to come back to it. The crib got a lot of soul like
Also never heard Common before.
In many ways,
This is
the
cool.
city raised me and gave me the drama, honor, and bravery. The streets seem hollow when I go to Chicago.
With the
and see
bass.
why the sorrow times is hard to swallow. In search of God's tomorrow, I borrow words from the Bible and use them for survival. Games rival, signs painted on walls like hieroglyphics. I tell them that this is all tropical.
Hieroglyphics, that's sick.
Same cycle and trials like Michael. Try not to stay idle. Back home.
Back home. Everybody
I really liked his flow and like the rap, the rhyme schemes were really, really interesting.
like nothing can save them. And they try to hold out, but they can't fight the fact that life goes black when those lights go out. But I guess you gotta just
Like, I love Mike, but one thing I will say about him is his rhyme schemes are very, I don't want to say basic, but like it's never mind-blowing for me.
Crack the bottle and smoke. Hope tomorrow something magical happens that'll put me back in the biz. But the chances of it actually happening's kinda slim. Back home, we get the good life at a glimpse in the form of a rap star, drug dealers and pimps. I'm back home. I try my best to keep it together. It's cold. Like the windy city streets of December, I pace back and forth looking for the courage to shine. But can't
Gosh, that bass. Gotta be sampled from some old, you know, funk record or something. Soul music.
With the night, so I'm used to the shade and never lose sight, bringing truth back to the game.
Back home, we got a lot of shit on our minds. We're always behind on something cause there's not enough time. And we're non-stop. Bottom line, doing what we gotta do to get some food in the fridge and stay out of the hospital. Back home, there's people calling us hopeless. People trying to tell us all we need is some focus. But focus is overrated cause you see every blemish and mistake and can't change it. Back home is Alvarado, K-Town and J-Town, a little Tokyo for those that don't know. Where figures shiver, living right in the litter, where kids write bigger, right inside the LA River on the
That sounds really good too. I just like the vibes are cool. I like all three of their
By the
voices.
time the ink dries on this page, I'll be half a day away from the place where I stay. Back home, back home. Everybody's searching for some, but all they can find's a whole lot of nothing. Back home, back home. Ain't nobody hoping and praying cause they feel like nothing can save them. And they try to hold out, but they can't fight the fact that life goes black when those lights go out. But I guess you gotta just watch out for your own cause ain't a damn thing free. Back home, back home.
We taking it back home, y'all. Yeah, it's common sense.
Yeah,
My guy Mike,
what up, Com?
SOB. Yeah, that's how we rotate. It's good music. Hip hop.
Don't stop.
Yeah, it's home for me, baby. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and cue
Ooh.
those effects.
Ooh.
Man, I love this rap game mainly cause it's cool to add a little spice to the life you've been through. Everyone exaggerates a tiny little bit, make that
Okay.
shit sound more gangster.
It's kinda
than it
odd.
really is. You can't appear weak, man. We wanna hear street. We wanna hear you spit your thug over this here beat. Don't take it as sarcastic. I can't get enough. I'm telling you, you can call my bluff. If it's not rough, then I really don't need it. I'm not even ashamed. I got too much reality that's filling up my brain. So sell me on that product. I'm addicted to the game. Suck it up like a cigarette. Light it up, man. It's just like a cigarette. It's something that I do once in a while. But between me and you, it's just like a
The flick of the lighter there, that's kind of cool.
Let me tell you something that I realized tonight. My hip hip-hop radios like Marlboro Light. They're both selling stories and they sound about the same. Cigarettes say the safe, rappers claim they really bang. We don't care if it's true when we lay the money down.
Ooh, the guitar.
We don't believe the words, we just love the way they sound. They're acting like we're idiots, they're lying to our face. Maybe we are idiots, we buy it anyway. I'm running out to get the next rapper CD, just sucking up the guns, drugs, and misogyny the same way that I suck up all the stories when I breathe. That
wow, this is. I like the message of this song, but I feel like the tone of it is. It's not quite there for me. But I like how it's like this critique of the industry. That lighter flick on the backbeat is cool. Interesting layers there vocally. There's like another little something over here. Yeah, I really like the lyrics to this one. The message of it. I feel like there's a disconnect on the sonic side of it for me. That's cool though. Great transition, super smooth. Oh, violins. Mike singing?
I don't wanna be the one to blame. You like fun and games, keep playing them. I'm just saying, think back then we was like one and the same. On the right track, but I was on the wrong train. It's like that, now you gotta face the pain. And the devil's got a fresh new place to play. In your brain like a maze, you can never escape the rain. Every damn day's the same shade of gray.
Hey, I used to have a little bit of a plan. Used to have a concept of where I stand, but that concept slipped right out of my hand. And now I don't really even know who I am. Yo, what do I have to say? Maybe I should do what I have to do to break free. And whatever happens to you, we'll see. But it's not gonna happen with me.
I guess that this is where we've come to. If you don't want to, then you don't have to believe me. But I will be there when you go down. Just so you know now, you're on your own now. Believe me.
Back then, I thought you were just like me.
Sorry.
Somebody who could see all the pain I see. But you proved to me unintentionally that you would self-destruct eventually. Now I'm thinking like the mistake I made doesn't hurt, but it's not gonna work, cause it's really much worse than I thought. I wished you were something you were not, and now this guilt is really all that I got.
You turn your back and walk away in shame. All you got is a memory of pain. Nothing makes sense, so you stare at the ground and hear my voice in your head when no one else is around. So what do I have to say? Maybe I should do what I have to do to break free. And whatever happens to you, we'll see. But it's not gonna happen with me.
I guess that this is where we've come
This one's also just okay for me. Don't love this chorus. The last verse was cool though. Oh. Drum solo. Okay, drum solo.
The dude, he said that, like, when we were making the first Linkin Park record, he was like, yeah, you know, I don't know about the rapping. Like, I don't know if it's, like, maybe you should just be a rock band. You know what I mean? Like, trying to change us. Like, they signed us as, like, act like what we sound like. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you should just play keyboard. Before the first song that you heard me on, there were people already trying to get me gone, telling me to quit rapping, just play the keys. Then my band had a singer, they didn't need me, but my band had my back, so we did the tracks. Put out the album and the talk went flat. It was funny at first, but then the humor faded when some magazines printed that our label made us. We were too good to be true. Some were saying ghost writers were writing all that we do, so we had to disprove it. We spelled it out to the detail. How we do it when
behind the scenes.
After that, I made it a rule. I only do email responses to print interviews because these people love to put a twist to your words to infer that you said something fucking absurd. Oh, did I lose you would infer? Not used to hearing a verse that uses over first grade vocabulary words. People used to infer that we were manufactured. Now I got the interviews on file. Which people said what, which number to dial. So now every enemy screaming insanity. All they're ever gonna be's another big fan of me, bitch. You believe that? Like, that's crazy. It sounds crazy, right? Like, at this point you hear that, you're like, that guy was out of his mind.
That's so funny.
At that point, besides the fact that he wanted me to just play keyboard and whatever, didn't want me to rap, he was like, maybe Johan should wear a lab coat and a cowboy hat on stage.
What?
Like when we play. I swear to God, he's crazy. It was crazy.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah. And later on, he claimed that he wrote all our songs, so that was really nice.
Dang, dude, that's cool. I like that behind the scenes aspect of that. John Legend. Okay. What did John Legend sound like in 2005? Tambourine.
These people are running off at the mouth, trying to convince me that I'm running on empty, trying to convince themselves that their record with Jay was a fluke, that the record that I'm making is a mistake, and I can't take this. Let me tell you where I'm at with this. You bastards are gonna have to take back that shit.
Linkin Park did a record with Jay-Z, the collab thing, which I haven't heard either. Gotta put that on the list.
Start asking me the names that I'm not saying, but I'm
So
trying
much
to be
stuff,
bigger
dude.
than the bickering, bigger than the petty name calling, under the breath talking, rumors and labels and categorization. I'm like a struggling doctor, no patience, but you can say what you want about me. Keep talking while I'm walking away.
You can say what you have to say, cause my mind's made up anyway. I'm taking the high road, going above you. This is the
That's John, alright.
trust you. You can say what you have to say, cause my mind's made up anyway. All that bullshit you talk might work a lot, but it's not gonna work today.
You people are running
That's
off the
harmonies.
mouth, trying to make me take myself off safety, trying to make my friends turn their backs on the team we built, building up some mistaken information, and I can't take this. Let me spell it out plain for you. Angry groups complain about the things we do. I'm not changing direction, I'm stepping my game up, maintaining my name same way that I came up. You're you're gonna see that I'm not playing and start asking me the names that I'm not saying. But I'm trying not to mention the names of people who wanna siphon attention. You like the hype, but pretending you're part of the picture won't pass. You're like a high school dropout, no class. And you can say what you want about me. Keep
That's
talking
clever.
while I'm walking away.
Bitch, you can say what you have to say, 'cause my mind's made up anyway. I'm taking the hard road, going
I'm not gonna lie, it's weird hearing John Legend in a context like this because I mostly just listen to his Christmas album. So his voice is like Christmas time to me in my head. It's very strange to hear him on the track like this.
anybody out there listening, 'cause I can't stand to keep this in. All I really want, I'll say again. Yeah, yeah.
Like that.
You can say what you have to say, 'cause my mind's made up anyway. I'm taking the hard road, going above you. This is the last time that I'm gonna trust you. You can say what you have to say, 'cause my mind's made up anyway. All that bullshit you talk might work a lot, but it's not gonna work today.
This next one, we've heard a lot of good things about Kenji. I believe it's about somebody in Mike's family.
My
His dad.
father came from Japan in 1905. He
Or
was
probably
15 when he
his grandfather.
immigrated from Japan. He worked until he was able to buy to actually build a store.
Let me tell you a story in the form of a dream. I don't know why I have to tell it, but I know what it means. Close your eyes, just picture the scene as I paint it for you. It was World War II when this man named Kenji woke up. Ken was not a soldier. He was just a man with a family who owned a store in LA. That day, he crawled out of bed like he always did, bacon and eggs with wife and kids. He lived on the second floor of a little store he ran. He moved to LA from Japan. They called him immigrant. In Japanese, he'd say he was called Issei. That meant first generation in the United States when everybody was afraid of the Germans, afraid of the Japs, but most of all afraid of a homeland attack. And that morning, when Ken went out on the doormat, his world went black, 'cause right there, front page news, 3 weeks before 1942, Pearl Harbor's been bombed and the Japs are coming. Pictures of soldiers dying and running. Ken knew what it would lead to, just like he guessed. The president said the evil Japanese in our home country would be locked away. They gave Ken a couple of days to get his whole life packed in 2 bags, just 2 bags.
Straight
Couldn't even
history
pack his
here,
clothes.
man.
Some
This
folks
is
didn't even have
really,
a
really
suitcase
cool.
to pack anything in, so 2 trash bags is all it gave them. And when the kids asked Mom, where are we going, nobody even knew what to say to them. Ken didn't want to lie. He said the U.S. is looking for spies, so we have to live in a place called Manzanar, where a lot of Japanese people are. Stop it, don't look at the... You don't want to get the soldiers wondering if you're gonna run or not, 'cause if you run, then you might get shot. Other than that, try not to think about it. Try not to worry about it being so crowded. But someday we'll get out. Someday, someday.
As soon as war broke out, the FBI came and they just come to the house and you have to come. All the Japanese have to go. They took Mr. Nii. People couldn't understand why they had to take him because he's just innocent laborer.
So now they're in a town with soldiers surrounding them. Every
This is
day,
dark.
every night, look down at them. From watchtowers up on the wall, Ken couldn't really hate them at all. They were just doing the job and he wasn't gonna make any problems. He had a little garden, vegetables and fruits that he gave to the troops in a basket his wife made. But in the back of his mind, he wanted his family's life saved. Prisoners of war in their own damn country, what for? The time passed in the prison town.
Messed up,
He wondered
man.
if he'd live it down if and when they were free. The only way out was joining the army. And supposedly, some men went out for the army, signed on, and ended up flying to Japan with a bomb. That 15-kiloton blast put an end to the war pretty fast. 2 cities were blown to bits. The end of the war came quick, and Ken got out. Big hopes of a normal life with his kids and his wife. But then they got back to their home, and what they saw made him feel so alone. These people had trashed every room, smashed in the windows and bashed in the doors, written on the walls and the floor, Japs not welcome anymore. And Kenji dropped both of his bags at his sides and just stood outside. He looked at his wife without words to say. She looked back at him, wiping tears away, and said, someday we'll be okay, someday. Now the names have been changed, but the story's true. My family was locked up back in 42. My family was there where it was dark and damp, and they called it an internment camp.
When we first got back from camp, it was pretty bad.
I remember
Terrible.
my husband said, oh, we're going to stay till last. Then my husband died before they closed the camp.
That was really, really good. It's hard to go back to anything else after that, though.
Friend named Victor. The two of us used to hang every single day, and it seemed like overnight that his whole life just changed. I know when his mom and dad broke up, it didn't make sense, but I know that his dad was a drunk and he gambled away the rent. Pretty soon Vic was seeing red, pissed off, but instead he'd drink every night till he passed out. Then he'd do it all again, the whole time smiling on the outside to cover the pain, but on the inside all he was trying to do was get away.
Dying to get away. Let the pain of yesterday go slipping.
What is this?
Yo, funny how things change color, then
Who
fade
are-
to another shade when you had
I
a
don't
baby,
know
it
who
was
these
all
people
good,
are.
but now
Jonah
look, just another day. It was so fresh and so
Mantraga.
clean. Now it's all gone, 1, 2, 3, lights out, which way to turn, can't get a grip, all alone in the big white house, every day gets worse, and you just curse till your head bursts, and it hurts so bad, she left, now you suffer, should've thought of that one first, no family, no kids, can't accept what you did, now you wanna run away, but you can't, cause the past comes back again. Slipping through the cracks, sip a little jack, go to bed, half dead, what about rent, why does every cent gotta be a bet, when's it gonna end, oh my god, we don't got a penny left, my mom's gotta find a way to get a job, out of debt, out of dodge, out of
That's from a small band. That's from Massachusetts, though. Sick.
but the medication he takes makes him wasted. So sick, if he's gonna faint, the good Lord would come take him. I'm shaking him, wake up, you son of a bitch. He's dying to get away. Let the pain of yesterday.
Got a good voice. I like that guitar. That like, it sounds like harmonics. It's kind of ringing out there. Little fade out.
Time's up, Toro. Time's up, time's up, time's up.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Alright,
All
that's
right,
all
Self, you got 30 seconds. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, self-titled. Hit 'em.
Yeah. Listen, yo. These hungry rappers battle for a buck and some change. They're really be kids.
Little interlude here.
Shock rap, not that. You get signed, you might blow up. Release party in Iraq, you might blow up. I see you trying to think a few lines you might get at me with. Slap happy with babies who born with crack in their cribs. Too much to cram under your oversized fitted in the public school system failed you. Either you ignorant or
Interesting. Well, this one's got Mr. Han. Okay. That piano is super Linkin Park. If a guitar came in right now, I would not be that surprised.
Get caught up in everyday life, trying to make it through my day so I can sleep at night. Trying to figure out my way through the maze of rights and wrongs. But like you used to say, nothing feels like it's really worth it. Forget perfect, I'm trying not to be worthless. Since I last saw you, I've been looking for a purpose. Well, I met this kid who thought like I did. He had a weird way of looking at it. This is what
Those chords are haunting.
Out the back before they know you were there. And at the worst, you'll see nobody cares. Cause you don't wanna be around when it all goes
I don't remember where I met him or remember
Ooh,
his name,
alright,
but he
get that
walked
bass
funny
drop.
like he was just too big for his frame. Just over 5 foot, but he weighed $150. And what he said seemed so right, it stuck with me. Listen, it's like poker. You can play your best, but you gotta know when to fold your cards and take a rest, and know when to hold your cards, hold your breath, and hope that nobody else is stacking the deck. Because I don't need to tell you that life isn't fair. It doesn't care. It arbitrarily cuts off your air. And like you, I want someone to say it's okay. In the truest part of our hearts, everybody's afraid. We're just underappreciated and overwhelmed, fighting so hard to hide our fear that we're scaring ourselves. You understand what I'm saying, cause you always did. But it's different in the words of a cowardly kid who said slip out the back before they know you were there. At the worst, you'll see nobody cares, cause you don't wanna be around when it all goes down. Even heroes know when to be scared. Slip out the back before they know you were there. At the worst, you'll see nobody cares, cause you don't wanna be around when it all goes down. Even heroes know when to be scared. And I'm no hero, you remember how it was, you know. All I ever did was worry, feeling out of control, to the point where everything is going end over end. I'm spinning around in circles again. This is where you come in. All of this to explain to you why I had to separate myself away from yesterday's life. Please remember, this isn't how I hoped it would be, but I had to protect you from me. That's why I slipped out the back before you knew I was there. I know you felt unprepared, but every single time I was around, I just bring you down, and I could tell that it was time to be scared. That's why I slipped out the back before you knew I was there. And I know the way I left wasn't fair. I didn't want to be around just to bring you down. I'm not a hero, but don't think I didn't care.
This is very interesting. Definitely a lot different than what we're used to checking out here on the channel, but I think very eye-opening as well. I mean, a lot of these songs really are like Linkin Park minus the guitars and Chester. Like, I can see how these parts that Mike writes fit into Linkin Park tracks. But yeah, man, this is super interesting. Thanks for listening along with me. This was just very eye-opening. I don't know. I got some thoughts, so stick around and we'll talk about it. Alright, that was Mike Shinoda with his solo project Fort Minor and their debut album Rising Tide. Let's break it down. Yeah, that was super different from what we're used to here for sure, but definitely worth listening to, worth checking out for sure. If only just for the like context of it all, you know. This just kind of gives me more of a window into Mike's psyche and his songwriting process, especially back in like the heyday of Linkin Park, back when they were releasing some of my favorite music they've ever put out. I can see how these parts fit into the puzzle that is Linkin Park. When he's not collaborating with so many other people, his personality and his uniqueness kind of shines through a little bit more autobiographical in some of these songs as well. For the most part, I really enjoyed the lyrical content on this record. I like the social commentary of some of these songs, you know, especially ones like Right Now and Kenji, which we'll definitely be getting back to in a second. But I really enjoyed the kind of social consciousness and the just the thoughtfulness of this record. You know, a lot of hip-hop records from the 2000s can be a little, you know, bravado and self-centered and kind of all that stuff. I mean, he even calls that out on the song Cigarettes, just like talking about how it's just feeding you this like kind of garbage that's like fun to listen to, but everyone knows that they're lying and it's all made up and it's all fake. But man, I think the song that really stuck with me the most is definitely Kenji. You know, I mean, it is hauntingly relevant right now. I mean, just with everything that's going on in America at this very present moment. I mean, literally, the Foreign Enemies Act was just reintroduced for the first time since the stuff that he's talking about in Kenji. You know, the last time that we used that, it was to round up Japanese people and put them in these internment camps. And now it's being used again to target, you know, whoever that they want to right now. And it's just, it's terrifying, to be honest. And I'm really, it's really disheartening to see history repeated like this. We should have learned from this the last time, honestly. And because I feel like the Japanese internment camps and things like that are a real stain on America's history. And there are plenty of stains in America's history, don't get me wrong, but it's a really big one. And I feel like it's something that we should never, ever do again. And here we are. We're going down similar paths, and it really makes me uncomfortable. And man, this song, it really hit me in a certain way because of all that stuff that's going on right now. But man, it's honestly, it's hard to talk about the rest of the record because that song was so impactful. But yeah, man, I don't know. I liked this record. I thought it was pretty good. Not my favorite hip hop album I've ever heard. You know, I'm not really a hip hop connoisseur. I kind of specific tastes. You know, I like Kendrick. I like, you know, Childish Gambino. I like Chance. And like I said, I feel like Mike's rhyme schemes can be a little bit basic sometimes. You know, some of the rhymes feel a little obvious, and there's not a lot of like crazy wordplay. I thought there was more interesting wordplay on Post Traumatic, but this is obviously Mike. He's a bit younger, a little bit fresher at this stuff. He hasn't had quite as many years to hone his craft. But man, what a great time. I'm really glad that we checked this one out. It's really, really interesting. And honestly, perfect timing because there's a new Linkin Park song coming out next week. So super stoked on that. If any of you guys have stuck around from all the From Zero reactions, I'm really glad that you guys are here checking out all this other stuff with me. And we'll be back to new Linkin Park stuff next week. That's very exciting. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this record the first time that you heard it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these songs, how they impacted you as well. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe. It really, really helps out the channel. And if you really, really enjoy what we're doing here, be sure to check out our Patreon as well. It's a great way that you can support what we're doing here, help expand the production. I mean, this whole new setup is basically because of Patreon. I mean, I've literally been sitting in this corner at a TV tray table, not joking, for, I don't know, years now. And I finally have a desk with lights and, you know, a mic arm. Like, this is amazing, and it's all because of you guys. And if you guys sign up for that, of course, you get some awesome bonuses as well. You get early access to these type of videos, these retro reactions that we've been doing. Go up a couple days early on Patreon, as well as access to all my blocked videos and a quick shout out at the end of every video here on the channel. Just a way to say thank you to all you guys who signed up for that. But of course, I appreciate every single one of you who watches or comments or does anything with my stuff, because you guys are the best. I really appreciate every single one of you. That's going to do it for me today. I'll see you in the next one.